IT for refusing to attend my sister's wedding after she uninvited my partner? My sister is getting married soon. She changed her party size and decided to uninvite my partner because she wanted a small and family-only wedding. She insisted that since we're not married, he's technically not family. I was shocked and hurt, especially since my partner has always been treated like family. I told her I wouldn't attend the wedding if my partner wasn't invited. She accused me of making her wedding about me, and now my parents are upset with me, wanting me go to keep the peace. I, 28F, have been with my partner, 32M, for almost 5 years. We've built a life together. We live in the same apartment, share expenses, and are honestly planning to get married at some point. He's been by my side through a lot of major life moments, and he's become an important part of my family's life too. My parents and siblings know him well, and he's always been included in family holidays, dinners, and even trips. My younger sister, 26F, is getting married in a few months. Initially, I was so excited for her. When she first sent out her wedding invitations, my partner was included as my +1, which I thought was totally normal given how long we've been together. He's been to plenty of family weddings and events, and everyone considers him part of the family. But last week, I got a call from my sister, and she told me that she's decided to change her wedding plans and uninvite my partner. She explained that she wanted to keep the wedding small and family only, and that since we're not married, he's technically not family yet. I was shocked because this came completely out of nowhere. My partner has always been treated like family by everyone, and I couldn't understand why he was suddenly being excluded from such a big event. I told her I didn't think it was fair. I tried to reason with her, but she was adamant. She said she wanted to simplify things and didn't want to explain to distant relatives why my boyfriend was there when we're just dating. I told her that we aren't just dating, and that our relationship is serious. I asked if her decision would be the same if we were engaged, and she said yes, unless we were legally married. I was hurt, and honestly, I felt like she was being really disrespectful to my relationship. I told her that if my partner wasn't invited, I didn't think I could attend. She got upset and accused me of trying to make her wedding about me and creating unnecessary drama. She said it's her big day and that I should respect her wishes. Now, my parents are mad at me too. They're saying that I should suck it up, go to the wedding, and keep the peace because it's a once-in-a-lifetime event, and I should support my sister. I'm feeling really torn. On one hand, I love my sister and want to be there for her, but on the other hand, I feel like it's unfair for her to exclude my partner after everything we've been through together. I don't want to go without him because it feels like a slap in the face to our relationship. My partner hasn't said much. He says he'll support whatever decision I make, but I can tell he's hurt too. Am I being unreasonable for standing my ground and refusing to go without him? AITA for not attending the wedding? Relevant comments. Commenter: it's weird that your sister is suddenly concerned about what distant relatives will think. Are they really going to care or even ask why your long-term partner is at the wedding? This sounds more like an issue she has with your relationship, not about simplifying the guest list. Your NTA for standing up for your relationship. If she can't respect that, it's on her. Commenter: I bet the distant relatives are her new in-laws and fiancé. If it's now small and intimate, why are distant relatives even invited? Sister sounds like she's entering Bridezilla territory. It is her wedding, but you don't have to be rude about it. Commenter: now my parents are mad at me too. They're saying that I should suck it up, go to the wedding, and keep the peace because it's a once-in-a-lifetime event and I should support my sister. This is just code for they want the bullshit to go away and don't know how to handle the loudest asshole, your sister, so they want you to shoulder it. Don't go. It's completely disrespectful of her to uninvited anyone after inviting them. Tell her you aren't going and she and your parents can suck it. Edit. Oh, and that you'll try and make it to her next one. Story 2. ATA for taking my sister's phone away after she called me a pedo at her school. I, 27M, am the guardian of my younger sister, 13F, and I work for the USPS. Lately, I've been on a route that delivers mail to the local middle school and high school, and she happens to go there. Today, I was at the middle school walking to the main office with the mail, and then suddenly I hear, "Back away, pedo!" And I got really started and looked, and it's my younger sister with her friend. She was laughing, and I told her that wasn't funny, and a nearby teacher came over firmly asking what was happening. I frantically explained I was delivering the mail, and she was my younger sister who was making a tasteless joke, and my sister was just standing there enjoying the situation. Fortunately, the teacher heard me and just told my sister and her friend to get back to class. Before she left, I said, "Hey," and she looked and I sternly said, "Give me your phone," and she stopped for a moment and said, "What?" And I told her to give me her phone. She protested at first, but I persisted, and she gave me her phone and seemed really upset and annoyed as she walked away. I got home this afternoon and she was fucking pissed at me. Finally, I got to have a conversation with her about it, and I told her her behavior behavior was completely inappropriate and unacceptable because she very easily could have made me lose my job, which is putting the food in our mouths and clothes on our backs and roof above our heads, just because she wanted a quick giggle. She continued to persist and pulled the, "Who do you think you are, my parent?" And I said, "I think I'm the person who pays for your cell phone bill and can easily cancel that phone plan anytime they want." She just walked away, and I asked if she was going to eat dinner or should I put it away, and she flipped me off as she went upstairs, to which I called out, "Yeah, okay. I'm keeping your phone another day." My sister is a big ray of hope in my sea of depression and stress and the most important thing in my life and my reason for trudging through this shit job. But holy shit, she can be such a brat sometimes. I'm wondering if maybe I overreacted by taking her phone. Maybe this is a completely separate thing, but sometimes it just feels so weird punishing her. Like I feel I'm the one who's supposed to help get her out of parental punishments rather than the one asserting them. Eta Til Dadar. I was delivering mail at my sister's middle school, and she saw me and jokingly said, "Back away, pedo," loud enough for a teacher to get involved. So I told my sister to give me her phone as a consequence, to which she did not respond favorably. Relevant comments. Commenter. Enta accusations like that are serious. You could get fired or investigated over that. Maybe have a conversation with your sister and tell her she could get taken away if someone hears her say something like that and reports it or tells their parents. Commenter. NTA. Your sister made an inappropriate joke that could have had serious consequences for your job and reputation. Taking her phone as a consequence was reasonable, especially since you're responsible for her well-being. It's natural to feel conflicted about parenting her, but as her guardian, setting boundaries is necessary for both of your futures. She'll likely understand better when she reflects on it later. Commenter. NTA. What you didn't tell your sister, and you should, is that her little stunt could get her taken away and put into foster care. If that teacher reports the incident to CPS, they can, and frequently do, immediately remove the minor while they investigate. Unfortunately, CPS is awfully slow to respond to a younger child's neglect, but when a young teenager claims sexual abuse, they tend to act swiftly. And her telling them at that point that it was a joke won't matter, because actual victims frequently recant because of fear. Your sister is plenty old enough to know this. Story 3. Eta for finally cutting ties and going NC with my father after he tried to sabotage my wedding. 28F, just got married this year to a wonderful man, 27M. A short background. I was a single mom of 2, 8M and 4F, before I met my now husband. We worked in the same company where we met and just hit it off. So this year, I got pregnant. My husband and I were elated and started informing both our families. I didn't hide anything, and I informed my husband about my estranged relationship with my dad. For context, I'm from a broken home, the first of 4 kids, and the only girl. Growing up, I didn't feel what it felt like to be a daddy's girl. My dad is abusive, and nothing else matters to him than being around my mom. He saw us, his kids, as somehow his rivals for our mom's affection. He would physically beat us for the slightest mistake, and there was even that time that he slapped me so hard that my hearing was affected. I wasn't that academically smart, which added to his berating me for being dumb and stupid. I remember being constantly compared to my cousins who were on the honor students list. Stepping to high school, I embraced arts and music, which were the areas I'm proud to be good at, but he claimed that they were nothing but hindrances and the reason why my grades weren't good. So he broke my pencils and smashed my guitar. When I went to college, that was when things ended up ugly, and due to his abusive behavior, my mom left him. He was extremely jealous of the slightest things and would physically beat my mom in front of us. He, one time, asked for sex while our brother was present, which was utterly sickening. As for me, since our mom left, I would hang out with my friends late and come home when everyone was asleep. I dreaded the times I would come home and he would come inside my room staring at me as I pretended to sleep. What really set me off was when he even asked me one time if I was still a virgin. So I stayed out more with my friends. I coped with the depression thanks to my tabby cat. But suddenly, it died. I had the initial thought that our father might have something to do with it, but I brushed it off. I eventually settled with my ex-boyfriend after I learned that I was pregnant with our first baby. I had no choice but to live with him because my father was threatening me and calling me all sorts of names like, "I knew you would be a whore like your mother." But things changed when he learned about my ex-boyfriend's family's status and he started reconnecting with me. But within 4 years, I had received nothing but curses from him. After every outburst, he would tell me that he had too much alcohol. During my stay with my exes, he would ask for money, and if I don't have anything to give him. He would curse me and ask me, why can't I get my hands on my ex's family's money? I would receive text messages from him while I was at school, and how he wished I would end up dead. I put up with all this BS until I finally graduated. I was already mentally and emotionally stressed, only to find out that my ex was cheating on me. So we broke up not knowing that I was pregnant with baby number 2. It was COVID lockdown when I went through my pregnancy feeling depressed and everything after the breakup. I gave birth to my little girl, and I was surprised when my father visited me at the hospital. I was teary-eyed when I saw him apologetic and seemed sincere. He offered if I can stay at his place with his girlfriend. Having no one to help me recover after a hard delivery, I said yes. My baby and I stayed with them for almost a month, and nothing changed. He beats up his girlfriend and call her names, until I decided to leave when I learned what his real intentions were. I hadn't fully recovered when he started urging me to go abroad and work. He suggested that I leave my daughter with them so that I could work and send him money, and they could build a house. I was stunned, so I left. I received a lot of messages from him, all curses about how ungrateful I was, that I should at least repay him for raising me. He claimed that he was the one who sent me to college, which is totally a lie he was spreading among our relatives. So, since COVID lockdown, I went NC on him. I only reached out, which was a stupid move of mine, to think that he might have already changed. That mistake nearly cost me my wedding. So, when I informed him that I was getting married, he wasn't that excited at all. I asked him if he could come for lunch with my husband's family. He came late after a lot of convincing. In my thoughts, what mattered was he came. So, we scheduled the big day on the 1st of July, and everything was going well. He agreed that he would walk me down the aisle despite my mom's protests. My mom wanted my grandfather to walk me down the aisle. However, 2 days before my special day, he messaged me telling me that he would be late. I asked him why would he be late for my wedding, and he said some lame excuse about his work. I asked him why should it be at my wedding, and why can't he just leave work for a day for me? And that was when he erupted and said that he won't be coming instead. That same trauma came flooding back when he cursed me over and over again, and how he wished I would die on my wedding day. This time, I didn't let that get through me. I was done understanding him, and I can't have him affect my mental as my day was drawing near. I stood my ground and told him that he won't be walking me down the aisle anymore. That same day, he messaged my husband and informed him that he wouldn't be coming. My husband was shocked. I told him that I wouldn't be inviting him any longer, and how it was taking a toll and making us expect and raise our hopes of having him at the wedding. So at the last minute, I informed our relatives about the changes. My grandfather would be walking me down the aisle. The day before our wedding, my father messaged again, this time telling us that he would be coming on time. Thankfully, we didn't believe his crap, and here it is. Before my bridal entrance, my father showed up late. He showed me how disgusted he was. He was at a distance, mumbling something with a disappointed face. For a moment, I was like that child again, being caught up in a mistake. That feeling of having done something so terrible that I would be expecting a hard slap again. A part of me wanted to run to him and ask him questions. I could feel my knees tremble and my chest drum. I saw him leave when the doors opened, and it was appeasing that I saw my husband waiting for me. That relieved that scared part of me, and the day went on happily, or so I thought. After the wedding, he informed our relatives how insulted he was, how I discarded him during the wedding, and all sorts of made-up things he came up with. So I suffered the attacks from his side, and they kept ganging up on me till now. I lost it, and haven't tried to let them know my side. Besides, they always believed him. So I blocked his number and all social media accounts. Some are saying that I would suffer for doing this to him. Reddit. Am I the a-hole for finally cutting ties with my father and going to NC after he tried to sabotage my wedding? I'm sick of whatever he's claiming that he was a victim of all my and my mom's betrayal. Relevant comments. Commenter. NTA. You don't owe your abusive father anything. It's brave of you to cut ties and protect your peace. Focus on your own happiness and your family. You deserve it. Commenter. Let me rephrase something here. Are you the a-hole for cutting ties with your abusing father who can't take a day or two out of work to be on time at your wedding and walk you down the aisle? Come on, you already know the answer. He feels insulted because you set your boundaries and he can't even respect them? Let's see the other way around. How do you feel when it's your own wedding, that you spent time and money to organize everything, when you offered him a last chance to redeem himself, and see him acting like a toddler when it's one of your most important day in your life? He deserved that mental slap. The world is not centered on him. Note, I think you should cut ties with his relatives too. They're taking his side when it's your own wedding, and don't even make the effort to see your side. No need their toxicity then. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you enjoyed our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest ones. Have a great day.